Smooth ass Kiwi. You're typing. Loud.
Sports. Neil Sports.
Alright, I would like everybody to come on back except for Eric. Eric is deceased.
Strange kill. He was pretty
Tim, can we talk about this before you go
Yeah,
on
before you
page?
shots fired.
It's fine. Like I said, you guys get your chance. I am satiated.
One thing I'd like just to go back around.
Jesus, I mean,
We could go to each person who voted to kill Rob that turn and ask them why they voted for that. That would be a good idea, I think.
Sup, Hannah?
Not much. I finally got rid of the cats and John went to bed, so I can actually talk for once.
I done heard you voted last round.
I did vote.
Oh, just to clarify, Neil, I was on mute, so I don't
I
think
muted you when I was typing.
You look
Yeah,
random.
Sometimes I think there's a keyboard button that unmutes you that we need to figure out.
Oh, I typed something in chat.
Yeah, well, you were the only one that wasn't muted, and then when I muted you, it disappeared.
Okay, I'm just dumb.
Tim, we need to be able to see your
It's
face.
okay. At least you're
Oh,
not-
sorry. I didn't know it's too bad.
I'm sorry, is my America too loud?
Can't hear you.
So
all
anyway,
that
I
freedom.
voted because I didn't like his body language. I mod a lot, so I get to watch the body language and know what people are when they're playing. And his body language was just kind of yelling Mafia at me. So.
Okay, who else voted? Anxious, did you vote? think
I
you did,
didn't
right?
vote.
I
No,
just didn't
honestly,
vote.
on
I
Tim's
didn't
rampage,
vote.
I'm not voting for anybody. Save first
Same
round
line.
because first round was like a different story. Like my suspicions were already being like kind of fulfilled. We need to like kind of kill off quiet towns. Like last round, we didn't have that opportunity. Tim just went into a fucking rampage.
I feel like Tim's being bad town this
Yeah,
game.
exactly.
And I understand he's trying to change things up, but I'm not sure I'm super happy with it.
I think what he was trying to do is get reads on who voted for who. Like, I think that was...
I understand that, but I'm not getting any. Like, okay, so you voted for. You were one of the three that voted for. Who was the one before?
I voted.
That's me.
I don't remember who it was. Sherman? Yeah.
Sherman, but then you didn't vote for Rob.
No, I did vote for Rob.
You did vote for Rob. You voted for both.
And I would have voted for Unctious too, but I didn't want to look really suspicious at first. So
Who was the other one that voted for Sherman?
I voted for Sherman.
You and then Tim.
Yeah.
Did you vote for Rob?
I didn't.
Why? Okay, so can you talk a little bit about what your two decisions were in those votes?
Yeah, well, at first I thought Tim was being pro-town, like pushing for a good decision for town, and I didn't like Sherman's defense at all. But as soon as like the vote didn't pass, and then he immediately went after Rob, I thought he was like making a bad decision. I didn't thought it was pro-town at all, like just throwing names after names after names, like more like deviation attention for you. Like people don't even have like time to think about his attitude and throw a formal team. Just like keep voting after voting after voting, and just feel like people got tired of voting after voting, just vote Rob off more than having a like fear of him being Mafia. So that's why I didn't vote. I didn't read Mafia at all at him.
Who are your current reads then?
Tim for what he did, just pushing name after name. And the first strategy he had is like not talk and let noobs talk and didn't talk at all. Then second night he comes blasting everything off and just throwing everyone under the bus except for himself. Like that's the highest thing, that just because of what happened last round, that's like the only thing I have in my mind right now.
Tim, how come you hesitated to vote? Like you just finished saying that like you were gonna vote.
It's probably camera lag because I'm not hesitating at all.
He said going into it that he was like.
Yeah, but then I guess it was camera lag because like
Yeah,
on my end it took forever to vote.
There's been camera lag happens. There's been some times where people don't think that people vote at all when they actually have, just because everyone gets a different bandwidth wave for it.
One thing I would like to know from last round, when I wasn't able to because there's all those formals, is two things with Kiwi. Number one, we never really got, because it was always another formal and someone else, why he was so big on the vote and then didn't vote. But the second thing is, I felt like, wasn't the last vote, the second one, he kind of half put his hand up and then didn't.
I don't want to hear any. Okay, personally, I don't like any conversation about laggy votes because, for one, what Hannah said, and two, laggy votes can happen for a variety of reasons. And I feel like out of every Mafia game I've ever played, laggy votes has never told us anything about good players, especially among this group.
I think it was a laggy vote though.
Okay, well, especially among this group, I don't check by votes. I honestly don't. If I was Mafia, I would possibly just vote every time, or just vote, in my opinion, if I was Town. Like, I think vote hiding is like, if you are actually vote hiding, it's just too much of a tell that it's just not a safe game to play. That's my
What do you mean
opinion.
vote hiding?
What does vote hiding mean?
Like
Okay,
waiting,
like basically when I'm sorry.
Like popular voting? Sorry.
Someone was talking. I don't want to talk over them. I feel bad.
No, there's no talking. I was just showing us like lagging votes, like putting your hand there, like maybe voting, not and then voting.
Yeah, it was more of a.
Okay.
Like,
If I was Mafia, right, and someone accused another Mafia person, and we were all going to vote, I would try to do two things. If, for whatever reason, I was trying to defend this Mafia person, and I feel like my logic makes sense, I would feel comfortable abstaining from voting. But if there's literally no good reason to not vote off that person, I would still vote with the Town. Like, that only makes sense. So, like, basically, I play Mafia if I were Town in those voting situations. So that's why I feel like looking at other people's voting habits don't really matter that much, because I'd like to think they feel the same way. Like, trying to game your votes that way is like we're all trying to do this right now. We're trying to read too deep into it. And if you actually read too deep into it, it's like, then you're screwed. You're dead. Like,
But
and
sometimes it's worthwhile. Like, sometimes it's worthwhile. For example, you very, very early on last round, you called a vote on me, and Hannah was the only other person that voted with you, and that's worth talking about, because of the fact that it didn't make sense for you to try to vote me off right away. It was actually just either the worst Town move in the entire world, or it's a Mafia who's bad at being Mafia and just wants to try to kill people as fast as possible.
Hey, at Anaheim, I was like, always vote Neil. He's Mafia, and guess what? He's not Mafia 5 times in a row. So sometimes my American gut. Gotta go with that, bro.
But my point is, it's worthwhile to talk about. Like, Hannah's read on me wasn't even worthwhile to bring up. It didn't justify a real vote, and then your vote against, like, you're calling a formal against me, didn't justify.
Please, we voted people on less.
Being brought all the way through, which I think is ridiculous. Like, that's like one of the biggest reads that I could possibly have on Hannah right now. Daniel really wants to say something. He's being a Kiwi.
Go. Yeah.
No, I can wait. I'm just putting my hand up to wait my turn, but I do want to say something. If you want to finish,
Go for it. I've been talking too much, so I'd like to have you take the floor.
I want to hear from the two J-men, Jason and Jason, because to me, you guys have strong number one, 100% pro Town play.
I just spoke a while ago about why the votes and why not the votes and who was my suspicions. I don't know if you already listened, but if you want to say something else about it, I might say.
I may have zoned out. I just want to hear you guys go round and give, like, the main people are like Shindigs, Sherman, Hannah, and Unctious. I want to hear something about. So if you guys could oblige me, that would be cool. If not.
Do you want to start, or do you want me to?
I'll start. I already said another thing about Tim Shindings, his push. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like his decision from day one. Didn't like how he changed their mask on day 2. So that's what I have to say. He's the most Mafia of all the people I see play. Like, pushing the way he pushed. People can say What?
Sorry, didn't you just say that you thought that he was being very pro Town?
What?
No, he did not say that.
I never say that. I
never said that.
Well, no, he said when the votes first originally, or when Tim started formally, like, just everyone.
Yeah, he thought it was a very pro Town move.
No, I said that the first vote I didn't think at all was Mafia, wasn't Untunes. And then the second vote he pushed for you, and I didn't like your defense. But then after the third vote that he pushed, I thought it was just being stupid, Mafia move, and that's why I didn't vote. And that was like what I said last game or earlier. What else did he ask me? Kiwi? Who
It
else
was,
do you want to hear
there was
about?
4 people. He said me, Shindigs, Hannah, and somebody. Who was the 4th?
Sherman,
Oh, yeah.
because there was a vote on him. Like
I did not formal Hannah for the record. Someone formaled Hannah. I think I formaled Sherman, and then I formaled Rob.
Eric formaled me, and then he rescinded it.
Let's just go through Jason.
It never went to vote.
You
I would
talk
say all
about those
people
4 people, and
Yeah,
then
sure.
other
Anchus, I said Anchus, I didn't vote for him early because I didn't think he was Mafia. I liked his defense, the way that he worded it. Sherman, I didn't like his defense at all. I thought like sound really sketchy, so I voted for him. And I already said about Shindings and Hannah. I don't know, like her first, the vote for Anchus was really off. Like voting for a guy that did a good defense, but then she defended herself, saying that she didn't like something that he said, and then the formal got pulled off. So I don't know. I hadn't put much thought on that yet.
Okay, that's cool. That like, because I respect like, I think you've got strong. Fuck, I'm gonna say it. Pro-town play.
I have terrible pro town though. I thought you were town last game.
Let's just stop saying that.
I thought that Eric was.
Let's move on to.
Sorry, kitten noise.
Kimball.
So okay, so I already said Tim's being bad town, and that's probably just the case. I'm a little worried because he does have this ability to mask his mafia-ness. So I don't want him to keep just doing what he's doing. I don't want us to let him control the game. It's not necessarily a bad thing. We've talked about lynching people, but I thought that like we should have spent at least a little bit more time making those decisions. And then I do kind of feel like people were just like, okay, let's just vote to get this over with.
If there are 4 Mafia left, this is lynch or lose.
So should a cop come out right now then? If
let's just keep going on like this because
before someone gets lynched,
I feel like these 2 are like strong pro-town. Fuck. Strong tap. God damn it.
Miller's like.
You don't have to get drunk, man. We need you. We need you in town.
If all town have died, then there's like 2 town. Everyone else is a roll. So the cops should have something.
Well, the problem is the Millers.
Well, the problem is Millers. You don't know if you're a Miller.
Granted, I know.
It could literally be 2 cops and everyone else showing Mafia.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean.
Oh, Jason, you're muted. If you're trying to say something.
Oh, I'm sorry. I would say that there's been 3 nights. So if the 2 cops are alive, they each got 3 checks. So there's 6 checks total.
With perhaps overlap.
Perhaps overlap. Yeah. So like, let's say 6 or 4. Count overlap, 5 or 4. So I mean,
I'm interested in seeing what happens. I'm interested in seeing what happens.
Can I keep going because I only got to say Tim, and he's like I think the most least interesting because everyone's just like, what the fuck are you doing, Tim?
Yeah.
So Unctuous, I kind of was okay with before. I said like I saw some weird early alliance with Eric, but then he turned that around and. Now Eric's dead, but that doesn't make me suspicious of Unctuous. So I think he's probably still probably town. If he was Mafia, I don't think he would have. I don't know. Would he have killed someone that he was claiming he was suspicious? Because if he was building suspicion, then he would have wanted to play that out. But if he thought it wasn't going, I don't know. I think Eric's a really weird kill. But I'll get back to that. Hannah, I'm not getting a good read on because she's being really quiet.
Sorry.
She is normally mod or like she plays, but generally Storzerg is playing too, and so then like they're fighting and stuff.
So pretty much if Bob's playing and he dies first round, I'm Mafia.
Yeah. I'm a little worried how quiet you're being because I'm not getting a good read off of you.
I'm sorry, I've only slept like 20 hours in the past 2 weeks, and John was playing next to me for the entire first night, and the kittens are being distracting. So.
Right, but if we can't get a good read off of you, then we have no reason not to kill you.
But the only things I've really said were things that were pointing out either slips or ticks that people had. So while I'm not being super talkative, I'm making sure the things I say are relevant and concise to the point of something that should be said, pointed out.
Okay, so speak up more. I'm a little bit worried about Sasquatch.
Yeah.
He's been quiet and he's been aggressively voting. And those are two kind of triggers of the silent killer.
Silent killer.
The silent killer. So I think we should talk to you too. So let's do that in a minute. I also want to get back onto Kiwi because he's been making some weird moves, and I think him calling me and Jason very pro town is a way for him to garner our support. And I've actually been so the last two games we played. Last game, Ryan pulled that same move on me, and I called him out on it, and then I let it slide, and he was Mafia. And the last week, Unctuous and Cameron I had in my circle of trust, and I had Cameron there because I really thought he was town. I had Unctuous there because he was supporting me in what I was saying, and he fooled me. So I'm trying to learn to not be a sucker as much, and so I'm watching you, Daniel.
You're a sucker for the accent. Let's just come straight out. You're a sucker.
I don't like drunks though. I don't like sloppy drunks. So
don't worry, man. I keep my cool.
The accent doesn't make you any less sloppy.
Yeah, so I'd like everyone to just watch the Kiwi a little bit more.
Well, the other thing,
I need to go to the bathroom. I'm so sorry.
One, Sherman was the other one.
Sherman. Okay, so I don't know. I think Sherman's probably town. He seems okay. He's just quiet. Him and Chris are getting by without talking much. Just the first game, and see, here's the problem. Right now we're lynch or lose. So we've got these two people that are being quiet. Oh, plus falling, plus Sasquatch, and like what?
Four people quiet.
Cop has to come out, right?
No cops have come out.
No cop has come out.
No. But that's what I'm saying. A cop should come out.
If you're cop, and you have a positive hit and 2 town checks, I think you should come out.
By now you have to have a positive hit, like pretty much. There's like no way. Whoa.
What the? Making that banging on the mic.
So I think it's Kid Liquid.
Yeah, I think.
Why are you doing that, bro?
Is it me?
Is that a mic distraction?
I'm not moving at all.
Okay.
Anyway.
So yeah, now we have. Okay, so I get the feeling that you're cop and you want to say something, but you're not sure if you should.
I'm not cop. I'm just town.
Okay, so
I'm just asking in the interest of town if the cop should come out because I feel like that needs to be discussed so the cop feels comfortable coming out. You know what I mean?
It's something the cop has to decide based on the reads they've gotten and also the reads off of the people. So if you have someone as being town and someone else, like if they are
Liquid, can you mute? I think
Mute your microphone.
It's definitely liquid.
Okay. So if you have a read on someone that's town and they're kind of like either there's someone that's really poking at them that seems suspicious, that person is suspicious, or if they're Mafia and they're really supporting someone else, then that other person seems suspicious. So those types of reads improve the value of your cop checks. If you have like 2 towns that have died and 1 town that's kind of sitting there not doing anything, then no, that's probably not strong enough for you to want to divulge. So
I just want to say, are you done?
Yeah.
I just want to say that it sucks that we again, once more, lynch and lose, and there's 2 people in the game that I have barely heard a word from, and I can't even say if I think they're Mafia or not because they haven't said any much. And I'll be like, Kid Liquid and Falling haven't spoke like.
Well, Gage hasn't either. And right when I'm done speaking, I'd like to hear from Gage. But I'm interested in hearing from Sherman more too, because Sherman spoke a lot at the beginning of the game, and then he completely fell off, and I think that's worth talking about.
Do you want to hear my reads, or do you want to hear because I
want to hear everything
about the
you
cop.
have to say. What do you have to say? I want to hear all of it. From beginning to end.
Reads, Mafias, towns, everything you have.
Okay. So the 2 reads that I have that are town, I believe, are Kiwi and Hannah, and that's just because they've been the votes that they've put forward, or the votes on lynches that they put forward seem very not Mafia to me. Like they didn't just go with the group; they just voted on their own. Well, this is for Hannah specifically. As for Kiwi, he went after Alan like right up the door. Like he before he even formaled Alan, he made a very small comment about Alan not talking, and that was kind of like so. I'm trying to like I don't want to say he's cop, but I felt like he was a strong contender for
Not
cop because
if that helps.
okay. Well, you just got a strong read at the start. Well, I mean, you just went after Alan really early, so that's
If
why
I
I
was-
thought you were ton.
If I was cop and I checked out Ellen and he returned Mafia, I would have voted him.
Even with the
If cop checked, sorry, I think
Shit.
if cop checked
Cop
two
said-
people who were
If
still
cop-
alive,
Yeah.
then I think that's the best bet we got right now. If we really want to play the lynch or lose card, I mean, we could just be like the yellow card and just like kill anyone and just cross our fingers. But if we really want to do the cautious thing, cop come out, tail was the two. Not right now, but let's think about it. Cop come out. Sorry, Jason. Cop come out. 2 checks, right? Is my math wrong, Jason? Is my
No,
math wrong?
I was going to say the same thing. If the cop has 2 people that are still alive, that's what matters the most.
Yeah.
I mean, we need help right now.
So
The
okay,
one thing.
oh well, okay, you go ahead.
The one thing and this is probably nothing, but I was just, the one question that I asked much earlier on of Kiwi is why he didn't vote on that one that he said run. Or alternatively, because you probably knew that you weren't going to vote, did you read anything based on that? Or is it just a nothing?
No, like Ellen, I already covered this.
The
I don't-
first one you said was a big deal.
I don't know. I like talked about this straight after like.
It
the
always
game.
got
I don't know why
distracted.
you were listening. Ellen was just quiet, and I'm no offense to him. I'm sure he's a great player, but like online, maybe he doesn't his venue, and he was just quiet, and he wasn't adding anything, and that was it.
So why didn't you vote for him?
Because I wanted
Or
to
did you-
I wanted to watch the votes. I already said this. I was like, I didn't care if he died or not because there were other like quiet people, and apparently everyone was like, "Yeah, kill him." So my bad.
I have another idea. Sorry to add on to that, but if cop comes out, has 2 alive who are confirmed town, we vote off one. Okay, and then obviously we don't know who we're lynching off as 100% Mafia. If the Vigi has not shot yet, which hopefully they're not dead, right? We have a Vigi, right? Neil, we
Yeah,
have a
Vigi definitely
There is
has
a
a shot.
Vigi.
We do not know. We don't know whether they're alive or not.
Okay, well, assuming they're alive, we vote off one Mafia and hopefully tell the Vigi to shoot another Mafia because even though they die in the night, the shot still goes off. To my understanding,
I don't want to.
So
I don't want to.
that-
Play, I don't want to play those
Okay.
odds. Those
Well,
are odds I'm not willing to play.
I'm going to speak up because I guess maybe I've been leading the day, maybe I haven't. I don't know if that's a good thing for town or not. I liked what the 2 J brothers had to say. I think in general, last round, Hannah, your defense sucked like really hard. I'm going to formal you.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna say
Can I
this
add to that really quickly?
Go for it.
I mean, I agree with Kiwi on that. It's something I was going to bring up the entire time that I've had a really strong vibe on Hannah almost the entire game. She's just been really quiet and not really adding much. I mean, I think if anything, she was really sort of like the ticks with Eric and stuff like that, just little kind of tweaks to get her talking, and so it seems like she's really trying to help. And I think it kind of threw us off a little. And I think it kind of adds on to a thing where, you know, she's just being really quiet, and the defense that she's using for being quiet is that she's tired, or she has stuff going on, or there's cats, stuff like that. Which honestly, it's extremely valid. But I mean, I just don't. In terms of the defense and things like that, if there's something when you have something to say, you haven't had a problem like unmuting and talking for just making a statement.
I have been doing that when there's something valid to say that hasn't been said by someone else already.
If I can say one thing, and then by all means get to your defense, because you know, I liked what I think Jason are putting good stuff out there. We should be wary of like the quiet people, I guess. I suppose that I think that's probably everyone except Tim. He's been the most outspoken.
Just quiet people. I mean, if you let's say you get to the final, it's only Like Kiwi, let's say it's you, and then it's Fallen, and then it's Kiwi Kid or Kid Liquid. I mean, it's three of you. Who are you gonna vote? You don't even know.
I fuck knows.
Which one are you gonna
literally-
I'll be serious. I think wait, Hannah's got a defense. There's a formal on the table. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna say
no,
shit.
I'll shut up. Hannah.
I mean, I'm town. I've just been trying to help. Been trying to. I mean, people had very valid points. Like Thundershots had valid points the first round, so I was letting him talk. Tim's been having fun leading, and I hate breaking his fun, but I do, and I have interrupted him several times, just like with little one-liners. But I mean, honestly, I've just been very more passive since no matter what, I get lynched anyway. So I've just been trying to be more helpful instead of go on to the inane babble that a lot of people like doing. And on top of that, if I was Mafia, why would I kill Eric last night? He believed me that I wasn't Mafia. And if I was Mafia, that would be a retarded thing to do. There's someone on your side, you don't kill them.
Fair points.
Are
Are you gonna rescind or go to
do we want to hear from everyone else before I rescind or not? Or I guess that's a question for Neil.
Yeah, are we allowed to do that? To what extent, I guess, in a
She
formal...
can defend, and anyone can defend or attack her, but you can't change the topic from Hannah.
Okay, so keep it on Hannah. I don't hear it.
I don't know that Hannah seems that much more dangerous than any of the other people that aren't being quiet.
Yeah, I agree. Also,
And-
I'm gonna say I won't vote for Hannah if it goes to a vote right now. Because
You
I
will or you
I'll vote
won't?
for Hannah.
I
I will.
liked her defense.
I'm so, like, all right. The reason that I'm, like, even more suspicious of Hannah now is because I really think Gage is Mafia, which, like, the fact that he's defending her so hard is, like so steadfastly seems to me like a Mafia move. Whether or not
Andres,
she's actually town.
Tom,
But-
you know the exact reason why he defends me in every single game, no matter what, right?
No.
Again,
I
remind
make him food.
What? That's not true at all.
Oh, right. I'm not making you pie ever again. You're welcome.
No, my point is,
Make
like,
him gluten-free pie. It'll be even worse than nothing.
It would be. I've tried some really shitty crust.
Are you
I would rather vote off Gage than Sasquatch, or Gage than Sasquatch. I'd rather vote off Gage than Hannah, but I'm not against voting off Hannah.
Wait, why would you not want to vote off Hannah if you think I'm also suspicious? Like,
Because
I'm
I think
defending
you're the better
But-
vote, is what
But
I
if I'm
think.
but if I'm defending Hannah at all, then like
No, it doesn't mean that she's Mafia. I have a better read on you than I do on her, and I think
He's saying your support of her is the reason that he wants to lynch her.
yes.
Or that he'd
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay, but
so
what-
it all roots from you.
Yeah. Do you think I'm like just trying to support a random townie?
Yeah, you
who
could
would
be
you vote
like
for?
the way that you're acting. It's
Okay,
we
but
need
I
to
also
keep we need to keep points on Hannah. It's her formal.
Oh,
Yep.
sorry.
All right, are you guys ready for the vote?
I want to know Hannah's. Like, who? If you had to do Circle of Trust right now, who would be in your circle?
If I did Circle of Trust,
Yeah.
I'd go with. Sorry, gunshot. Tim. I don't live in the best place. Okay. I'd go with Tim. I'd go with Tom. He's since been useful since he said his shenaniganry. I'm probably.
Sorry.
I'm Tom.
Unctuous.
Unctuous is
Okay.
Tom.
Okay.
If I use someone's name, I know them in real life. So. And then I'd go with probably Jason. I never would go with you, Kimball, because I can't read you. So, other than that, Falling doesn't talk, so I can't judge him. Sherman smiles too much. And
Here's the important question: how do you feel about Sasquatch?
about Sasquatch, he's being quiet, but he's always quiet. So it's
What about his votes, though?
he didn't. Let's see here. So he voted for.
I can tell you my votes if you ask
That'd
me.
be fantastic.
Well, ask me the people that because I remember I didn't vote for Unctuous. I voted for Rob, and then I voted for the person in between Unctuous and Rob, which was Sherman.
Sherman, yeah, things have moved. I don't
Or
like when
that-
things move, but I get confused.
Before that, I voted for Alan, and I think that's it. Is that all the formals that
Yeah.
happened? The vote?
So-
Okay.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, the
you're-
only suspicious vote there in my mind is Sherman, but a lot of people voted for him. So
Only three
I-
people voted for me.
I actually would have.
more than me. Well,
I'm
that's
just
what I voted for Plum. Be more
Alright.
accurate.
Well, actually, wait. This shouldn't be about me. So I'll let you keep
Right.
All right, ready to vote on Hannah?
No, I'd like to say I'm cop. Hannah's Mafia check. Jason Mafia check. Probably Sasquatch. And the last one, I'm not sure on the last one, but there's
Wait.
definite. No. Let me finish.
Dude, you drink too much.
Definitely Jason. Well, not definitely because there's Millers, but positive checks on Hannah and Jason. They have been, because the whole reason I talked about Jason and Jason.
Which Jason?
One is Kimball, one is Jason.
Right.
So me.
Okay.
How many checks did you get? Because you just said
First
4.
night was Titos. He was stupid. He was way too town. Like, I checked him night 1 because he's a great player, but then he just like blew his cover and was just like the most pro town person ever.
You just
What
wanted
you
to
didn't
drink,
do this-
didn't you?
Okay.
So
Ready to vote on
Hannah-
Hannah now?
No, let me finish. Hannah, Jason are your 2 big suspects. After that, Gage or Sasquatch.
No, can you tell us your in exact order? Can you tell us your checks?
Thundertoss first night.
Thundertoss, Jason, Hannah. There you go.
Okay, because you
Shindig, bring your video back.
No, I haven't checked Gage, but they're both defending Gage. That's the whole reason I went through Jason and Jason. Why didn't you talk about those people? I didn't care about Tim. He's giving off strong town vibes.
Okay, well, we can talk about
The Sherman vote was shitty, so
If there's a second cop,
probably
I would. This is blowing my mind.
I don't think the second cop.
My 2 main reads after that.
Right? If there's
are
overlap,
Fallen.
it's worthwhile. But if there's not, then
Let me finish. My 2 main reads after that kind of toss up. So the main 3 are Jason, Hannah, and Gage, and then look at Fallen and who was the other quiet guy?
Tim, you screwed
I'm
up all the
sorry,
names
no.
again, you asshole.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, can I come out too? Let me come over this too. I'm the other cop. I got a positive check on Hannah, and then I also have town on Tim and Kiwi. So,
well, that doesn't add anything. Tim was obviously town.
Wow.
All right, whatever. It's better than nothing. So one of us dies tonight. We're killing Hannah. Jason is really strong. I guess we need to coordinate.
Can we talk about this for a second?
Because
Because
Well, there's still a formal, so you guys either need to rescind the formal or vote.
rescind.
okay, so if you got positive
Neil,
reads on Hannah and
I
Jason,
rescind the formal.
I
for
heard,
now.
I heard.
Cool. Neil, I rescind the formal.
I heard.
Yeah, did
You heard
anyone
it.
let you know that he rescinded? He rescinded.
There's no promo anymore.
Kiwi, can you rescind real quick? Because I want to say
Right.
something about the. So, if you got 2 reads, there. Okay, so there's a good chance that at least one of them is Mafia, right? But there's also a chance that one of them is Miller. You're muted.
You're muted. I don't know if you're doing it on purpose or not.
No, it wasn't. The whole reason I held off so long was because I thought I was suspicious enough not to die tonight. But then I thought, fuck it, may as well not risk the town. Jason was protecting Hannah. He was voting hard. I can't remember who the guy was, but it was Tim, Gage, and Jason that voted for Sherman, I believe. They were the only 3 to vote. He was protecting her. There's definite links there. If he's Miller, then sucks to be him.
I just want to say that I didn't protect him. I just said that I didn't pay much to what she said because of Tim was pushing too much for everyone else. So what I said is that I didn't care much what she said. I didn't protect.
The thing was, just from
If you say I didn't accuse her or didn't put my opinion on her, okay, but
just from being Mafia last game, when someone would ask me, what do you think of fellow Mafia member? I would give this wishy-washy bullshit answer that was all like, oh, they've done this bad stuff.
You asked me about 4 people.
Stuff. Yeah, I know. And I didn't
And
care
Hannah's
what-
was quite wishy-washy.
I didn't care what you said about Tim.
Sasquatch.
I didn't care what you said about a bunch of them. I only cared what you said about Hannah because you were my 2 reads, and you gave the most wishy-washy thing. So
I have a lot of stuff to
I'm
say,
set on you.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So I want to remind everybody that I said really early on, or not really early on, 20 minutes ago maybe, that Kiwi was cop, and I thought he was cop for a long time because he just went after Alan right off the
That's
bat.
not pro town though. Like
No,
to
no,
say
no,
that
no.
I'm cop.
But my point is that saying that you were a cop, and the fact that like if I thought that and you were still alive, means that I didn't ever try to get I didn't kill you.
I was
Well, you
suspicious
didn't-
enough.
You didn't try to get him lynched, is what it means. It doesn't mean that you couldn't have killed him during the night. It was a weird play.
But if I really thought he was cop, why wouldn't I have tried to kill him during the night?
Because there are 3 or 4 Mafia members and it has to be a group consensus. And I was specifically trying to buddy myself up with suspicious people like Jason that I checked to make it seem as though they were pro town so that they wouldn't necessarily want to vote me. That was my whole angle.
Okay, fair point.
So do we formal Hannah again?
Yes. Well, I rescinded it, so like.
Can we run some numbers like super quick? Like, there's 10 of us left. Let's say super worst case scenario. There are 6 people that would get turned up as Mafia, right? There's 4 Mafia members and 2 Millers. That's worst case scenario.
I mean,
and then 2 cops, and then there'd be 2 towns that would read as safe. So that's Tim is one of them, and that's the only one that we have.
So
Tim and the 2 cops.
Also vigilante.
just on this line of thinking, I want to say that yes, there are Millers. That's why I waited so long to check the interactions. And there's a super strong interaction between Jason, Hannah, and Gage. That if they were all town, then well, they can't. I didn't check Gage, but he's super suspicious. But either I got 2 Millers and no Mafia, in which case, fuck it.
They're fucking dancing their asses off right now.
Yeah, this is what we should go with, and just take note of what I've said. I'm probably gonna die, or the cop dude is gonna die, but I'll be drunk and happy in heaven. Peace out. Pull out one on my grave.
I mean, I'm town, so I probably popped up as Miller. And so I don't know. I mean, I haven't said anything that I won't say again. So I've already defended myself like twice.
Killer.
So I might as well
Done.
not.
Let's do it.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I haven't. No one's.
What's your read on Jason?
On Jason.
Oh, he's Jason and he's asking about Jason, so he's definitely
Yeah.
asking about himself.
I'm working on this. I'm so tired.
Oh, do we have
I
a
can-
Vigi? Shit.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a Vigi.
I just. Vigi, fucking kill the other one we don't lynch if you're still alive.
I mean, I kind of trust Jason, but whatever. I mean, I kind of don't want to say who I trust now since the people I trust are going to end up dying. So it really kind of sucks that I don't want town to die. It's just like, I mean, if I say, oh, I like this person, they're the next suspect.
Sure. Wait.
And it really
God,
sucks.
this is so weird because people have been quiet again. Sherman, like, what? I want to know what Sherman's been doing up to this point. Like, he hasn't said anything.
Isn't there
Like,
still a formal on Hannah?
Did we ever? Did we
No,
Oh,
it's
no,
been
we
rescinded
reformal
and hasn't
right?
been
I
reformal.
rescinded it. No formal was.
Okay,
placed
I thought I
upon
heard someone say I
proceedings.
reformal Hannah.
Let's go, Neil. I just want to check. I unformaled. I rescinded.
Yeah, did you hear?
Just so we're cool.
I think someone asked if we were going to reformal her.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
it was a
I
question.
asked, but I never did it. And
Sherman, what's going on? Sherman, what's up with you? Like, tell me about your life. Tell me about all the things you're thinking right now.
so I do have to apologize. I had a bunch of stuff come in on the esports business. So I was a little bit out of it day one. But so all my suspicion of Kimball is sort of like, earlier I called him out for not being active. I don't think I'm pretty sure he's town. Just because he did defend me, or he said he thought I was probably town, but he couldn't get a full read on me. But he's still one of those people who I'm unsure of at 100%. I have been getting bad vibes from Jason. I think that's sort of biased on the fact, though, that he voted against me. And it really was like, there wasn't much for me to defend. Like, I hadn't said anything out of line. I hadn't given... There wasn't any reason for you to think I was Mafia when Tim made his formal on me. Hannah's been really quiet, and I've sort of tried to get a read on her all game and haven't. So I guess I'm gonna have to go with Kiwi on his suspicion. I don't really have much to say Elsewise, Kid Liquid sort of verified it. So I mean, if anything, it's definitely a person of interest. They're not just a normal town. And Neil, can you confirm for me? Do millers know their miller?
Nope.
No, they don't.
That clears up a lot.
I don't know. I don't know why I'm a miller.
Okay.
I want to say one thing before we move to formals, because this could be good. Liquid Kid, you were other cop. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay, what we're gonna do, because we're gonna sort out our checks. I think Gage is suspicious. I'm not sure who the other person is. We'll make very obvious which one of us is checking Gage, and if that person dies, then Gage is quite suspicious.
Now that you've said it, everything changes.
Yeah,
that
I
doesn't
realized
work.
that. I realized that, and I had thought about that, but I'm that solid.
It's
on
like
Gage.
you and Carlton voting.
Well, like,
Except now I'm cop and I'm drunk.
the thing that I was gonna
This
say
sounds
was,
like a civil suit waiting to happen.
I mean, if we come out and say who we're checking tonight, they can only kill one of us anyway. So I mean, it kind of whoever
I'm
they
just
kill
saying
kind of
this-
comes up as.
This is a good way for us to get information out of our deaths.
And before
Now-
Kiwi and Kid Liquid are both Mafia.
So the thing is,
Oh my
we only,
god.
That
we
was so
only get
meta.
to lynch one
That would-
tonight.
That could happen.
Hear me out. We only get to lynch one tonight. We're going to kill Hannah. Next night, we're going to kill Jason. Okay, so even if we die, like the information that we use by checking someone and getting killed if we're checking a potential Mafia member is useful for the rest of the town because that's not the primary suspect anyway.
Should Vig spend their one shot on Jason?
Fuck yes. If
I just want to say that if Hannah or me, like you going for Hannah or me, doesn't matter which one of us. Like I'm down, so but I don't think you guys going for me first, going for Hannah. So if you're going for Hannah first and she's the miller, and we have 4 mafias up, we lost.
That
Also,
is
I want to talk about what Uncture said. Actually, this is going to be silly, but I just want to talk about this. So we waited a very long time for Cop to come out, and that's fine. And Sasquatch pushed on it for a bit, and then nothing came of it.
And you said you were
Now 2 cops come out.
Kiwi.
Look, I was pretty confident with the first 2 kills that it was like, okay, those are obvious kills. Those are like, you know, it could be good people, could be anyone that just watches. Eric threw me for a loop. I have no idea why Eric got killed.
Let's kill Hannah right now. I'm really tired.
Doesn't matter why. Doesn't
No,
matter why Eric got killed. I don't
listen,
think it does.
But listen, if you and Liquid are Mafia and fake claiming Cop,
We don't need to. If we were doing that, there would probably be 4 Mafia. It'd be a waste of our fucking time. We'd win anyway. That'd be like.
I don't know.
That's just
It's just
stupid.
I've been suspicious of your behavior for a while, and I can't tell if it's
That's
because
fine.
you were Cop and you were cocky because you knew you could get away with it, or if you've been like getting alliances and stuff. Like you've been sprinkling sugar in my cereal like all day.
Kimbo, you remember what you did when we were town with me, you, and Carlton, and you waited for a long time, even though people were like, "Cop, come out."
Yeah,
You didn't
yeah.
come out.
Well, they weren't like that too much, but I waited.
I did the exact same thing that you did because it's a good play.
All right, that's fine. I want to open up the possibility, and I want to get a few other people's reads on you and Kid Liquid before we formal Hannah.
That's a waste
That's
of
also-
fucking time.
I don't
Also,
think he's
on
fake.
top of
Cop.
that,
It's-
I was going to say we should get Falling to talk, and right as I was going to say that, he said something. So I would.
Yeah, I don't. Sorry, I was a bit distracted. Got some bad news about my dad, but I don't think Kiwi is a fake cop, and I'll be willing to vote with the suspects that he gave.
All right, what about Sherman, Sasquatch, Unctious, Tim?
Sasquatch, I would go. I'm suspicious of him because
No,
if Hannah.
I'm sorry, that's not what I was asking.
Oh.
I was asking for those people's opinion about the possibility of fake cop.
So
And then
I
you-
think it's pretty unlikely.
Okay.
because so there were 3 Mafia kills so far, correct? Yes. I'm just making sure because there's 1 person missing from the call now. So for them to get day 1 cop and then day 2, and like it just would have to be pretty awesome for them to get 3 cops in 1, and for the real cop not to come out when we obviously have 2 people lying. Like if one cop if he's lying and the cop is still alive, like I mean, why wouldn't you come out and prove this wrong? I think it'd be really just luck, complete luck if they nailed those cops already.
I'm gonna vote for Hannah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's a good point actually. That the probability is against them.
Yeah.
I asked for the cop. Like my opinion on it is, I asked for the cops to I didn't ask for them, but I was like, pushing the idea that the cops should come out if they're in the game still, and nobody came out. When it seemed like the general response was it was probably a good idea.
Well, that's just not generally pro town in this setup because we don't even have a medic to save anybody. Like,
Yeah.
it's scary because of the fact that we don't have a medic. It's not like the sheriff can get saved at all. I've been suspicious of Sasquatch from the beginning. I would rather vote off Gage than I would than Hannah. But if we believe the fucking Kiwi over here, if I think
you do.
there's going to be.
Sorry.
Can we finish this formal?
Can we just formal Hannah, please? I formal Hannah.
All right, Hannah's formal.
Okay, before we go,
No, formal defense, Hannah, defense.
I'm town. I'm exhausted. Just get it over with.
All right, voting. 3, 2, 1, vote. Hannah is dead. Moving on. Go to night phase, everyone. Cop, medic, vigilante. You guys know what to do. And we're gonna run a quick commercial. Okay, everyone except for Kiwi, come on back.
All right.
Wait.
There we go. Real cop.
Thank God that they got shot.
Cop.
All right, Chris, or
Cool.
sorry, Kid Liquid. Who'd you check?
Actually, hold on. I think we still might be away at commercial.
Two.
Are we?
I think we still are. Give me a few seconds.
Those eSport problems.
Serious esports
Okay, there we go.
problems.
Now we're back. Kiwi is dead.
Okay.
Moving on.
So
So I think we can assume Vigilante is dead,
Yeah,
unless
not
they just
sure
didn't
yet.
believe in the cause.
Probably
Yeah.
didn't believe in the cop because I'm
Yeah. That's what I was saying. See,
So yeah, I guess Kid Liquid. Who did you check?
yeah. So I